Member for Caribou North.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, it is clear that we need to train more doctors. And as my colleague mentioned today, that the minister is avoiding the very specific questions that we have around the training purposes. So maybe we'll try a different minister. The NDP are not helping the situation because they're breaking their promise to build a medical school at SFU's campus in Surrey. Despite promising one in the last election, there has been absolutely no funding for a medical school in Surrey for 2 consecutive budgets. So, to the Minister of Advanced Education, why is she breaking the NDP's promise to fund a medical school when there is nearly 8 million people without a family doctor in the province of British Columbia?
Minister of Health.
Well, thank you, Honourable Speaker. And the Minister of Advanced Education and I are, in fact, putting the effort required into what will be a major project. But there's 2 sets of things the Minute Member will understand. A new medical school is necessary to address the situation into the future, and I believe to provide some innovative new opportunities, and that's important, and that's something the government is hard at work on the one hand. On the other hand, there's the addressing the situation that has been described by herself and her colleagues now, which will involve a whole set of other measures, and the government is doing both.
Member for Supplemental.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The government continues to be all talk and no action on this. And I'll quote SFU's news release from last October. Over the next several months, it's hoped that the province will greenlight development of a business case for the proposed school, end quote. But here we are, months later, no business case, no budget, no hope to address the doctor shortage in British Columbia. So again, to the Minister of Advanced Education, please provide the House a clear timeline and dollar figure for a medical school in Surrey, or is this just another broken promise?
Minister of Health.
Well, with great respect, Honourable Speaker, you know, across British Columbia, and this is particularly important, in rural and remote communities in the interior of the province, where these issues are even, I think, more keenly felt than they are in urban sectors, significant action has been taken and continues to be taken. In many communities, for example, in Quesnel, where there's an urgent and primary care centre where there wasn't before. And so there's 2 sets of things that we need to do. There's 2 sets of things. I agree, it's not just in rural and remote areas, but that's a priority. Surely the Leader of the Opposition would agree with me that the addressing issues around doctors in rural and remote communities is a high priority for us. It must be a high priority for her. So one does not exclude the other, is what I'm saying to the Leader of the Opposition. The government is proceeding on numerous tracks. We're taking steps to improve access to internationally trained health professionals to come into the BC market, because in many areas, frankly, the system that's in place provides an impediment. It creates a financial disincentive, and this is particularly true of nurses. It provides a structural disincentive. There's 2 processes, a national and a provincial one in that case, and why we need to take those actions. With respect to the SFU Medical School, it's a commitment in the government's 4-year plan, and we intend to meet that commitment during this mandate.